everyone. In the previous video, we looked at the construction of a basic sentence in isiZulu. And we said that basic sentence is made up of a subject concord, and a stem. So we said is usobizo neslandiso. In English, it would be a subject and a predicate. So we are continuing with the video that we started on tenses. In that previous video, we looked at the formation of past tense. We said past tense is divided into two types of tenses. We even made an example and said in English, it doesn't matter whether you did something yesterday or you did something 10 years back. In isiZulu, it does matter. We then said we have what is called the recent past tense and the remote past tense. The recent one is the one that happened like recently, yesterday. The remote past, it happened long time ago. And then we said within those tenses, we have a further division of a completed tense, which we classified as a perfect tense and a continuous tense in both the recent past tenses. So today we're not going to look at completed tenses because we have already done so in the previous video. So if you want to revise the construction of these completed tenses, please go back to that video and see how they are constructed. So today we are continuing with the construction of your continuous tenses. So for us to be able to do that, I am going to erase the completed section so that we have enough space to fill in notes or pattern for our continuous tense. So we're going to start with the basic formation of the recent continuous tense. So the marker here, you identify this tense with the marker be. This marker is then followed by a subject concord. And you then add your stem into the word. So your basic formation would be be, which is your marker. This is how we identify this tense. Followed by your subject concord, which we said stands for is MOR in English. And then your stem. You remember your stem in the previous video, we said it could either be a verb stem, it could be a stative verb stem, or it could be a non-verb stem. So all these three types of stems can be found in that stem. We'll go back to the continuous tense later. So we had an example in the previous video and we said ngidlile. So we are going to stick to that same example so that you are able to link your videos together. So if you then say here, and then we differentiated between the two, we said ngidlile means I ate. And then when you want to say I was doing something, then you're going to use the be tense. So you're going to write your be together with the ngi, which you have, and your verb stem, because now in this instance, we are using a verb stem. So you're going to say bengidla, I was eating. If you want to use the example that we used in the present tense, where our subject is izingane, we say izingane, and we want to say the children were playing. So we know that the subject concord of izingane, which we derived from izi, is going to be z. So we start with our tense pattern, which is be, and then you add your subject concord z for the children, and then your stem, which is your dlala. So izingane bezi dlala. Remember we looked at the three types of stems. You do the same thing. Your prefix is going to be the same for all the types of stems because you're putting together the be and the subject concord because that is your basic formation. So if you want to say children were tired, all you do is to change that verb stem into a stative verb stem. And it's going to be izingane bezi katele because we used katele as our stative verb stem. Can you see that your prefix remains the same? Izingane bezi katele. And using the third type of stem, which we said is a copulative, ispanjalo, we're still talking about children. So the prefix is going to remain bezi. So izingane bezi, and the stem is sekhaya. We know that it is a locative prefix, and your locative in that word is ekhaya. But we use S to separate the two vowels, because remember we said in isiZulu we are not allowed to have two vowels together. So when one of the vowels comes from a locative, you don't touch the vowel of the locative, and you don't touch the vowel of your prefix. So what you then do when your stem is a locative, you make use of the separating prefix S. We call it a prelocative prefix. You use that prelocative prefix to separate your locative from your prefix. So this is then how you would construct your basic recent continuous tense. So this is your recent continuous tense. This is the basic format. The reason why I say it's a basic format is because we have exceptions that come into play in terms of the construction of your basic sentence. So we will stop here for now, and then we will continue with the basic construction of the exceptions that we find under the construction of your recent past continuous. Thank you.